And she actually started on February 18th, 2013. And she just had her 10th year anniversary.
Hello, my name is Siobhan Brantley, and I'm retired. My husband is over here at the table sitting with Becky Boris. His name's Bob Brantley. He's retired too. And we're going to go on an adventure. And working here has enriched my life. I've enjoyed working with these people, and all you new people that are coming in. You're going to love this place as much as I did. I know you will. I call this place home. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Steve.
Now here's the deal. Dr. Jordan taught accounting so long as an adjunct that everyone thought he was a full-time professor here. And he did such a great job with the students. I would get letters from the students talking about the great work that Dr. Jordan did. Dr. Jordan came to us from the University of Southern Mississippi and retired this year. And Dr. Jordan, thank you so much. Like to say
Dr. Hanna, I'd just like to say I've loved every minute that I've been here, and I did work a long time as an adjunct, and that's because I cared so deeply for this place and the students here. And Dr. Hanna mentioned a little while ago that at graduation you'll hear somebody say, you know, that's my son, that's my daughter. You'll sometimes hear somebody say, that's my mom or that's my dad walking across the stage. And that's what means so much. Is like Dr. Hanna said, the students we have here are just so great.
in 2016, one of the first people I met was Dr. Jerry Goldman. And she was one of the co-chairs of the faculty senate, or the faculty representative that year. And so I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And I said, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call the people who are in charge of the faculty, and they'll tell me. Well, Dr. Goldman told me what I was supposed to do. And Dr. Goldman has continued to teach students in social work, and she has this love for teaching that has been recognized not only here on this campus, but also by district organizations and statewide organizations. They understand the value of the work that she has done as a teacher here at Florida State University. She joined us here in December 15, 2014, and has been here 9 years. Social work was one of the very first programs that was started here on our campus, and she's seen a lot of changes, and we'll have a lot of growth in social work. Dr. Goldman, we're so proud of you. Would you please come forward?
There have been some amazing things that have happened here since I got here. Randy truly did bring many positive things to this campus after we had some turmoil. You can't get away from that. You have to have turmoil to grow. And there's so many exciting things that are going to happen. And I do kind of regret that I'm not going to be here to be that involved in it, but I will definitely be keeping track of it, because I mean there's just so much exciting here that's going to be happening, and I appreciate all the opportunities that I've had, all the great people that I've got to know, and I hope that I see you guys around in the future.
I gave everybody my phone number, and I said, call me. I was having dinner at this really nice restaurant in New Orleans, and my phone rang, and it was Christina Rios. We talked for just a second, and then I called back later, and we had one of the best conversations I've ever had. And I've loved my conversations with Ms. Rios. Ms. Rios has taught in the elementary education program here and has had such an impact on the lives of students. Ms. Rios started here in 2000. She's been here 23 years. Ms. Rios, everybody in this room. Ms. Rios, everybody in this room thanks you, asks you to come forward, and everybody in this room loves you.
I think that one of the best things that anybody, especially in education, can do is to make new people feel welcome and acknowledged. So I remember he said, if anybody wants my phone, please call me. So I took upon the oath to welcome him, and I just want to say good luck to all of you. And in education, it is not so much about the content of what you teach, it's how you present that to the students, how much you empower each of your students to believe they can. And that's why we need to remember that we are the best. We're Seminoles, and good luck and go Noles.
Our last recipient today has been with Florida State University for 53 years and started here in Panama City in 1999. And listen to this, 53 years. He led the PhD program in Tallahassee in applied behavioral analysis. Are the students still here? There were a number of his former students that were here a few moments ago. They may be back in the back drinking the wine. Dr. Bailey had more PhD graduates in the field of applied behavioral analysis than any person in the country. He knew he was going to retire, and he saw the need for a program where we train people to go directly into the field, in the clinical field, in the clinical area, as opposed to going to teach. And so he started the program here in Panama City in 1999. I looked for a quote today to maybe try to describe that. And it said, when you've exhausted all possibilities, like you had decided you were going to retire, remember that you haven't. Because he started something from scratch here in 1999 that is today known as one of the best ABA programs in the entire United States. Join me in welcoming Dr. John Bailey. And every year or so, we recognize people who have had such an outstanding impact on our students and our community. With the award of the Dean Service Award. And it was given to Dr. John Bailey in recognition of your service to the students of Florida State University, Panama City.
I'm really honored to be here today and very excited that Dr. Bailey is here. A lot of you know me through my work here, but you don't know my past with this campus. In 2000, which you may not remember, but in fall 2000, I was a student in Tallahassee and took my first class with Dr. Bailey. He's been a mentor to me for 23 years now. I wouldn't have gone to graduate school without him. I wouldn't have a PhD if it weren't for him. He mentors all of his students individually, including his 63 PhDs, who one of my advisors was his PhD student. Leah Kohler's advisor was his first PhD student. Dr. Bonner's advisor was his PhD student. So him starting this program in applied behavior analysis, I worked with him as an undergrad student as well as did the master's program here at the Panama City campus from 2002 to 2004. So I was his student, and he was a mentor and has been a great friend. And then when I got my job in 2010, he was on my search committee. And it was a dream job for me to come back and give back to this campus and to our field and our community. And John would always tell us as undergrad students that at the beginning of class, we raised our hand and we made a pledge every class. I will make a difference. And he has made the biggest difference in my life that I am so honored to share that Dean Hanna and I have arranged a scholarship in your name. And future students will also have you paying it forward to them. And it is the John S. Bailey Scholarship to be awarded to students exemplifying leadership and success in the fields of psychology, education, and applied behavior analysis. The difference that you have made for all of us is words cannot explain how much you mean to this campus, how much you mean to all of us, and how much you enjoy the success of your students. And I thank you from the bottom and the depths of my soul for everything that you have done for us.
Well, that's wonderful. Totally unexpected. I had no idea that was in the works, so thank you so much. This master's program here at Panama City happened sort of by chance. There was a master's program in psychology here first, and it was not doing well. They weren't getting a lot of students. And I convinced the associate chair in Tallahassee to hold off on canceling this program and revising it instead as a new opportunity. And the opportunity was to create a track for people who wanted to work generally in the area of autism. I don't know if you know anything about that, but that's a terrible, terrible thing that affects 1 out of 52 children. And we have the technology to treat them, and we train our students how to do that. And they change lives, and they save lives, and they save families. And I can't tell you how rewarding that is to see that happen. And over the life of the program so far, I think we've turned out 350 students, and they are all over the country. They are now heads of programs like this, and so it's been wonderful. And we attract students from all over the country, and we train them the best we can, and they turn out to be great. Our program was ranked #1 in the world 3 times in the last 8 years, I think it was. And that's due to faculty members like Dr. Pollack, who give her heart and soul to this. And I can't tell her and the other faculty members how much I appreciate that, because the legacy will continue. And then just one final thing about if you're in a university setting, you are one of the very fortunate few. It's the sort of situation where there comes an obligation for that. And I tell my students this too. And the obligation is to give back. And whatever way you can give back, do. Even in retirement. As a retired person, I'm busier now than I was before. And I'm in touch with people all over the country who call in and want help with something. And I'm there for them 7 days a week, answering the phone, answering emails. And I think that that's what we owe back to the culture that allowed us to have this privilege of working at a fabulous program like FSU Panama City. This is a better place to work than Tallahassee. I worked there, of course, too. This is better because it's smaller and it's more intimate, and you get to know people. And that comment about at graduation, I had the same tingling feeling when I would hear that about, yay, my sister, but my mother, my dad, my uncle. Those are the people that we train here and educate here, and they're making a difference. And I'm proud of everybody who works here and who has that opportunity, and I will be definitely in touch. Thank you so much.
There's sign across the way that talks about the FSU PC Promise. And there are different parts of it. One will be the student's partner. They'll leave here prepared. They can set their own path. But number 4 is this will always, always be your home. And I say to all of you who are retiring, this will always be your home.